So this lesson's about the application of Pythagorean's theorem. Today we're going to apply Pythagorean's theorem to solve problems, and we're on the same AKS we were in the previous lesson, so we're going to use Pythagorean's theorem to solve for sides of right triangles in applied problems, okay? So this is just a reminder. When we're doing Pythagorean's theorem, it states that any right-angled triangle, so we can notice that this has got a right angle right here. The square of the length of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the lengths of the other two sides. So we could say a squared, because that's one of our right triangles, or one side of our right triangle, plus b squared is equal to c squared, okay? And we just did that in a warm-up, so you guys should be good to go with that. So here's our first problem. It says, applying Pythagorean's theorem, read each situation, draw a sketch of the problem, label the legs and the hypotenuse around the answers to the nearest tenth, okay? So it says the height of two buildings is 34, and as I said yesterday in class, we are going to read and mark up, okay? 34 meters right there is one building, and 29 meters is the other, okay? Okay? And then it says, if the distance between the two buildings is 12 meters, so that means this down here is 12 meters. Find the distance between their tops. So this is asking us to find this distance right here, okay? So I can draw a right triangle up here, so let's draw the other two sides. We know that this part right here is 12 meters, right? And what is the difference between the 34 and the 29? 34 minus 29 is equal to 5. So that is what this distance right here is, 5. Now see, we have a right triangle that we can then use, and I'm going to redraw it over here, to solve this problem. So this is 5. Got our right angle there. This is 12. And these are obviously meters. And we're looking for this, aren't we? Okay, so we're just going to remember that the side opposite, this is going to be C, right? So I'm going to make the 5 the A, and I'm going to make the 12 the B, okay? So we're going to say 5 squared plus 12 squared is equal to x squared, okay? 25 plus 144 equals x squared. This is 169 is equal to x squared. So what do we do now? We take the square root of both sides, don't we? To get rid of the x squared. So this is 13 is equal to x, and that's going to be 13 meters. And that's our answer, okay? So in this next one, it says, the Palace of the Peace and Accord in Astana, Kazakhstan was built in 2006. The building has a right square pyramid structure. The length of the side of the square base, the length of the side of the square base, so that means this whole length right here, this whole length right here, this whole length right there, and this one right here are all 62, right? Because it says it's got a square base, okay? 62 meters. And then it says the vertical height of the pyramid is also 62. So that means if I were to draw down through the center of this, wow, I cannot draw straight lines today, can I? Let's see if I can do a little bit better. Draw straight down through the center of this. This height right here is also 62, okay? So I'm going to draw the rest of this triangle, okay? Now, what do you notice, though? Okay, so if I draw this triangle, how much, if I draw it to the center, doesn't it mean that this length right here is going to be half of the 62? Exactly, and this is going to be a right triangle again. So let's go ahead and draw this outside of here. Wow, cannot draw straight lines. So we're going to draw what we have, okay? So I'm going to do that right angle there, and I'm going to do 62 divided by 2. That's going to be 31. So this down here is going to be 31 meters. The height was 62 meters, and it's asking us for the slant. It says, what is the slant L of one of the triangle faces? Okay, so that's what we're actually looking for, is that. So here again, we're just going to go 62. So, let's just talk this through again. So where is C? It's right there, right? So that's going to be our hypotenuse because it's opposite the right angle. So we're going to do 62 squared plus 31 squared, and that's going to be equal to our L squared. So let me see what I got when I did this. I got 961 for this one, plus, wait, no, take that back. Did it wrong. 3721. 3721 plus 961. That's going to be equal to our L squared. And then I got 4,682 here for our L squared. So again, got to take the square root of both sides. Need a calculator to do that, okay? So, and it says round to the nearest tenth of a meter. So our answer is going to be L is equal to 69.3 meters. Okay? All right, so this last one says a park is in the shape of a rectangle, 8 miles long and 6 miles wide. So 8 miles long, 8 miles, and 6 miles. Okay, and it says how much shorter is your walk if you walk diagonally across the park. So it's asking us how much. Now remember, a rectangle has right angles, right? So that's our right triangle. So here again, it's actually asking us to, we're going to have to solve for this and then find the difference between the hypotenuse and when we add 6 and 8. Okay, so we're going to again do 6 squared plus 8 squared. That equals our x squared. So this is 36 plus 64 equals x squared. That's 100. Again, take the square root of both sides. So x is going to be equal to 10. But now we need to compare that to the 6 plus 8. That's 14. So we're going to do 14 minus 10, and that's equal to 4 miles. So it's actually 4 miles shorter to walk the diagonal than it is to walk around the park. All right, so here's your last one. A ladder's leaning against a wall. Now in class, we did this on sticky notes and we posted it. So it says for safety reasons, the base is 4 feet off the wall. So we have a ladder, right? So this is our ladder. It says that it's 4 feet off the wall. And it says the person needs to reach the roof at 15 feet above the ground. Okay, so that means this right here is 15 feet. And this would be a right angle again. So once again, what is C? It's this. So we're going to call this X. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 15 squared plus 4 squared, and that's going to be equal to our X squared. This is 225 plus 16. That's equal to X squared. So that is, I think, 241. 241 is equal to x squared. So once again, take the square root of both sides. So x is going to be equal to, and this one doesn't say how far, but I'm going to round it to the 10th. How about that? So at 15.5 feet. Okay, so we're doing an activity after this. So I will post that. So if you guys want to work on it, you can. And then here's our ticket out the door. It says the foot of a ladder is placed 5 feet from a wall. So we got 5 feet here. If the top of the ladder rests 12 feet up, 12 feet up the wall. How long is the ladder? So here's our ladder again. So this asks us to solve for x again. So go ahead and do this and come back to me when you're done. So this is going to be 12 squared plus 5 squared equals x squared. 144 plus 25. That looks really familiar. That's 169 equals x squared. Take the square root of both sides again. So x is going to be equal to 13 feet.